So hello my friends, Devaun Lennox here, PhotographyPX. In today's video we'll do our hands-on owner's review of the Fujinon XF 16mm f2.8 RWR lens. Do know you can find timestamps and links in the description box down below. And also if you want to check out some more examples or download the raw files that we've shot using this lens, you can also find that in the link down below as well. But with that out of the way, on with our hands-on long-term owner's review. Released in the spring of 2019, this lens expands the Fujinon lineup of compact prime lenses, and it sits alongside the XF23, XF35, and XF 50mm lenses, now flushing out the entire line with a wider angle. It's a 24mm equivalent lens aimed at everyday travelers, landscapes, and architectural photographers, but one that surely strikes an interesting balance between size, portability, and speed. Until its release, the higher-end XF 16mm f1.4 lens was the go-to wide-angle prime in the current X-mount lineup. And while good, its price point is out of reach for many, and its size far too bulky. Enter this new lens, which promises to give users a more portable and compact alternative, plus one that's also substantially more affordable. Briefly, I will discuss the designations that Fujifilm uses. XF is a term that they are using to designate high-performing X-mount lenses. R is a term that designates lenses with an aperture ring, as you can see here. And WR stands for weather-resistant construction. Some general specifications about this lens. This lens opens to f2.8 and closes to f22, and it has an angle of view of 83.2 degrees and a 49mm filter thread. In size, it's less than 2 inches long and has a maximum diameter of 2.4 inches. As such, it's quite compact. But its weight is even more impressive, weighing only 5.5 ounces or 55 grams. It's one of the most lightweight lenses in this class and offers exceptional portability. Internally, it follows a similar design and construction as other Fujinon lenses, and in this case, it consists of 10 elements organized into 8 groups and 2 spherical elements to combat distortion. Fuji's also added a 9-blade circular diaphragm and a weather-resistant construction with 9 sealing points throughout the barrel. This lens, however, does skip the fluorine coating on the outer element, and that particular coating eliminates moisture and prevents debris from accumulating on the lens. Instead, Fuji's opted with their Super EBC coating to reduce ghosting and flare, so this lens does have a tendency of collecting dust and fingerprints on the external element here. For focus, this lens uses an internal stepping AF motor, and this design drives lightweight focusing elements for entirely silent and fast autofocusing performance for both stills and video. Outside of that, it also has a dedicated aperture ring similar to other XF lenses with precise clicky feedback and full stop markings. There's also a focusing collar with good resistance, which you can find right here, though it's a bit narrow if you're looking at the lens. Aperture ring's right here, focusing collar's a little bit small. The lens itself is also available in black or silver. I have the black version, as you can see here. Fuji also includes removable front and rear end caps. I have on the rear here, don't have on the front. They also include a lens hood here and a carrying pouch for this particular lens. Overall, as a package, this lens feels incredibly robust and quite premium despite its price, and it's well engineered with solid ergonomics. Now let's discuss the image quality this lens produces. On screen right now, I'll show you a full gallery of images we shot with this particular lens, but you can also see a more in-depth gallery in our full written review, which you can find linked in the description box down below. And there you can find a link to download the raw files that we've shot with this lens as well. But simply put, the image quality this lens produces is excellent, particularly if you use the classic chrome or Provia film simulations. Images are essentially sharp at f2.8 and remain so throughout the aperture range. Resolution in the center of the frame and the edges hold starting at f4 and sharpen fully by stopping down to f5.6. So overall, the level of sharpness and detail here is very impressive for a lens of this price. So don't fear shooting wide open when you need to gather more light in the scene. But if you do want maximum sharpness, stopping down to f5.6 or f8 is best. but do know if you go any further, you'll gradually see diffraction. Also of note here, distortion on this lens is well controlled and virtually invisible. Likewise, there's basically no vignette at f2.8, and this lens evenly illuminates the frame. Plus, the optical design here results in minimal chromatic aberrations or fringing. So overall, for the price, this lens represents excellent value considering its performance. Let's now discuss the focusing performance on this lens. Autofocusing performance is excellent, silent, and fast. We tested this lens in combination with the Fujifilm X-T200 and the new XS10, and the focusing on the lens in both cases was excellent. Both stills and videos exhibit reliable, smooth, and entirely silent autofocus driving, and the lens moves fairly quick throughout the focusing range as well. As a native lens to the X mount, it supports the full gamut of software technologies these lenses provide. These features include face or eye detection, peaking, and various manual focusing assist tools, so no worries there. Manual focus, on the other hand, is done through focus by wire, however, but even so, the focus collar is consistent and provides a reasonable working range, but like I mentioned before, it's a bit narrow. Lastly, for video, the lens performs well when using face and eye detection, but it's unlikely the target demographic for this particular product will use it in this fashion. Now let's conclude with the value this lens offers and our final verdict here at PhotographyPX. In short, the Fujifilm XF15 f2.8 RWR presents excellent value for money, and as a 24mm equivalent lens, it's the perfect complement for landscapes, travel, and architectural photography. And it's also a solid option for street photography or food photography in some cases, given its excellent portability. This is a comfortable take anywhere lens that offers reliable image quality across the board without causing back strain to do so. Of course, it's no optical match for the higher end XF 16mm f1.4, but even so, if you want a more compact prime lens, this is an excellent performer for the price, especially if you're on a budget. So overall, we believe the XF 16mm is yet another strong entry into the current ecosystem of APS-C lenses, and it's arguably Fuji's best wide-angle lens, especially in terms of value. So if you're looking for a wider angle lens, whether ceiling, and a portable and practical design, it looks like you found a potential consideration and a potential winner. So there you have it, my friends. There is our hands-on and detailed long-term review of the XF 16mm f2.8 RWR lens. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, or feel like I've overlooked something in the course of this video, please let me know in the description box down below. Also, while you're down in the description box down below, we've launched a new brand called pxpresets.com. PX Presets is going to be your next one and only stop for Lightroom presets until we launch Photoshop and other platform presets. But here you can find both desktop and mobile presets to get you started in a variety of different mediums more powerfully and upgrade your imaging and take your images to the next level. That link to pxpresets.com will be in the description box down below. Please check that out if you're in the market for some exciting Lightroom presets. But until next time, my friends, I've been your host, Devaun Lennox. I will see you in the next video.